look, when you're 9 years old and you're an extremely sensitive kid that feels everything, cries at the drop of a hat, has really gnarly dark-rimmed glasses, and is a little bit fanciful and imaginative, you're a walking bullseye. I mean, come on. No kid can pass that up.
That's true.
No kid can pass that up.
This brings us No. This brings us to one of our other prepared questions was, tell us about Teenage Hale. Tell us about
what was Teen Hale
No,
like?
this is going to get really dark really fast.
Yeah, all right.
I know that.
I've got a whole bottle of whiskey. What do you think it's for?
Okay, well, see, here's the thing.
Were you popular?
Oh, hells to the no. Oh, honey, my nicknames were Dogface, Ugly, and Dork.
What?
Yep.
People called you Dogface?
They did.
To your Dogface?
To my Dogface.
Wow.
And Hale Horse, and Horsacuda.
Horsacuda, that's
one I earned.
very clever.
I earned Horsacuda. Because in 6th grade we were asked to imitate the movement of a barracuda, and I apparently did an excellent job, therefore earned even more ridicule.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I was extremely shy, and in truth I am often shy.
Oh.
You know, I just have to take a break from people sometimes. Nothing wrong with any of you, but I just need.
No, we need you all to leave for a second.
No,
Have you done any like reunions? School reunions?
yeah.
Have you been back to see?
Well, see, I moved.
Have you seen any of those assholes?
I moved so much. I actually did debate very strongly going to that particular high school's high school reunion. But I don't know. It was just going to be such a revenge trip. I'm like, I can't invest a lot of energy in revenge. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Plus, I'm busy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that'd be hard to resist.
Oh, man.
What
I swear.
was Dogface Hale like at prom? Did you go to prom? Did you have a prom date?
No, I went to, when I was 13, I think, 14. We moved back to Alabama, and I ended up going to the Alabama School of Fine Arts.
Okay.
And thanks
Which,
be
by
to
the way,
gods.
is hilarious just in its concept.
I know. It sounds like an oxymoron, but it is not. It is actually.
Welcome to the Alabama School of Fine Arts.
Here's your crayons.
Pick up a
and,
jug.
Oh, y'all laugh, but they have a theater that would put most to shame.
Really?
I was back there last year, and I was talking to the kids, trying to throw cold water on their dreams. I mean, teach them about the reality of it. And
The real theater
the
nerd would
real
know that it's
life.
legit.
Yeah, they can see. And their theater's so fancy. I was like, do y'all know what you have? Because you're never going to see a theater like this again, especially if you become a working actor. Because this is like the Getty Center. You know, they have like a $2 to $4 million, like a couple $1 million place.
Wow.
It's extraordinary.
Wow.
But anyway, I went to that high school, and I think that probably actually literally saved my life, going to that school.
Wow.
Because I was a miserable cat up to that point, and then being in that school with everybody else, it really helped me get through. Because we didn't have proms. That's a long way of answering that. Sorry, I should have just said we didn't have proms.
There
in my
wasn't a
school.
lot of realism in acting school. Was there? I mean, like, I feel like when I got there, that the guy, my first day at NYU, said, get out of here, leave, go to Los Angeles now. It's probably too late anyway, but you should go and get started. Because I thought I was going to be a serious theater guy, and that was going to be it. And that's a fantasy.
It's certainly a poverty.
People do
It's
it.
poverty. Yeah, it's real. It actually happens.
It's real
but
poverty.
Actors subsidize the theater.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, but that's less interesting. Let's get back to. So, was there any kind of bullying along with this, or was it just name calling?
Oh no, yeah.
And
Did you get in a fight?
I was terrified.
Yeah, did you retaliate
No, I had
ever?
no retaliation in me. I was terrified.
You've never been in a fisticuffs fight.
Well, see, this is because I'm telling you, this is a very dark road. Do you want to go down this dark
Yes.
road? Okay.
I kind of think so.
Because I was raised in a very difficult home. My mother had issues with her emotions and with anger, etc.
But keep it light.
Yeah. So basically, I was a trained puppy, and my training was sit down, shut up, and do not hit. So when the kids were chasing me, I just basically scammed a quick way home. I scammed a quick way home. You know, I knew
Well,
the
it
back
taught you
ways
how to
home.
act. It probably taught you how to think on your feet. And,
Taught me how to run.
and climb.
And climb, right? That was my first climbing.
Wow.
It's funny.
Getting
to
away from
think of-
Denise Fiddledee.
Oh.
Oh, I named names.
Oh, wow.
Right
If
here.
you're
Her name
listening.
is Fiddly Dee.
Fiddledee.
Denise Fiddly-Dee.
She was tough. She
Yeah?
was the one we were all terrified of. Her and Sheila.
Do you
Sheila,
know
who-
where Fiddly Dee is now?
Do you Facebook her?
Hey, no.
Are you Facebook with any of the?
How about-
I'm still kind of connected
I have-
to some people who are not good to me.
I have one friend, and I'm connected to her.
Tabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sue Tassett.
If there were a prom, was there a guy that you were like, oh man?
Actually, I had a boyfriend as of like 10th grade, and we were in a rock band together.
Whoa, what was the band called?
Well, there was what was the first one? There was
The Fast No.
No, because there were a few of them. There was Tamberlane, but that wasn't me. We were.
It was a Christian rock
There was
group.
Fast Forward, Stiff Toys, and Daughter Judy.
Stiff
Stiff
Toys.
Toys.
Yeah, we were all like
I
edgy
think
and
we
stuff.
have we have a winner there.
Because I always wanted to sing, and I'd sing when I vacuumed because you couldn't hear me with a vacuum cleaner. And then I was at a friend's house, and I don't really drink, but I drank this one time. I was like 15. And I got a little buzzed, and I started singing Heart, which was a blast. We were going retro. And then I started singing in clubs, and we had a band, and we just sort of never stopped.
How long did that last for?
Oh my gosh, that was like 7, 8 years.
Whoa.
Singing in clubs and doing that
Stiff
stuff.
Toys had
Yeah.
Well, Daughter
longevity.
Judy had
Judy.
The
Daughter
Stiff Toys
Judy.
did not have longevity.
That's
Stiff Toys eventually
That's a pretty alluring.
went flaccid.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
a pretty alluring detail from your past.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Makes
was
you
a
more mysterious.
singer. I used to do jingles, which is why
That
now.
just bottomed out all.
No, see, it comes in
Dark
handy in
play.
games. Now, when people play, like I was doing something the other day, I think it was a Clorox commercial, and they liked a particular take, but there was some kind of funky technical thing going on, so they just played me what it was, and I just immediately went
'Cause you're a
like,
singer.
I doubled it. It's just doubling like doing a jingle. And when I got the role of Cinderella, I went into that audition, and I was like, you had to just learn it on the spot, and I was like, how am I going to get all this? And I went, I'm going to learn it like a song. And I learned her melodies just like a song. And I went in there and I was like, okay, there it is.
Wow, amazing little acting tip for all of you. I don't know.
That's the best thing you've ever said.
All right, whatever.
Okay.
All right, but back to our
Wait,
questions.
this is going to cost you.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
I need the names.
We
Of those
told Hale that
Oh,
she.
no, this isn't my question.
Oh
Alright.
shit.
This is just a fee for going forward.
Okay. All right. What's your fee?
I need the names of those you feared, the one you feared most in school.
In
Like high
in
school.
high school,
Anywhere. High school, grade school, you name it.
Wow. Wow.
there were so many, Jen.
Just pick one. Just pick
So
one.
many.
Pick one that stands out. I named a name. You're up.
Wow.
Oh, I have no problem naming names. In grade school, there was a kid named Mark Giganti.
Oh dear, was he?
No.
You've talked about him before on the podcast. That's how emotionally scarred he's made you.
Yeah,
Wow.
Mark Giganti. I was born and raised in New Jersey, so
Yeah.
everybody. I don't talk like this, but everybody I went to high school with, and most of the guys I went to high school with, talk like this. The only reason I don't talk like this is because I also would go up to upstate New York in the summer where everybody talked like they were in Fargo. Oh, hey, how are you doing? So I sort of threaded the needle. But Mark Giganti fucking kicked me in my gut when we were like 10. I mean, full on kicked me in the stomach. I was out. I don't even think I ever told the teachers. I think I just took it.
Oh,
I didn't fight back.
you need more Jameson. You need more Jameson.
not
Okay,
nice.
who's yours?
I can't think of it. You know, I went to a performing arts high school, so
Oh,
there was not a lot of
nothing.
like
So
bruisers.
you were terrified of the dance teacher.
There was a lot of scary violinists.
Oh.
Our school was a third actors, a third dancers,
Yes.
and a third virtuoso violin and flautists.
Wow, you didn't have visual arts or writing?
No, it was all performers, and the flautists and violinists were scary.
Wow.
They were so intense. They'd wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and practice their fluting and pianoing and stuff. And they all stuck together. They were like a crazy clique of angry musicians.
We had the dance department that was the most intense, and everyone was terrified of Dame Sonia Arova.
Oh,
The
excuse
dance
me.
teacher. The visual artists always seemed like they were all stoned. And
Probably were.
the musicians were always sort of a step behind, culturally, behind everybody. Not that any of us were on it. And the theater people were always just crazy about something. And the creative writers were always just quiet, watching all of us go by like we were insane.
In elementary
And actually, Susan, what's her name?
What?
Who wrote?
Shit. That is. Oh. Hello? I'm big.
Hunger Games.
Oh, went to your
She
school?
went to my school. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
She was
And
2
she was a
years older.
bully? And she beat
No,
you up?
she was lovely.
Wow.
No, she was chill.
All right. Hunger Games is based on your high school.
No, it's based on what we all went through before we got to my high school.
Got it. All right, got it.
Right? Okay, what now?
What else? What's next?
Oh,
What's next?
hold on,
What's
we have
next?
to-
Oh, gosh.
Bring me a new
We're such
topic.
accomplished interviewers. We have to open
Bring
up our
me
eyes.
We're like the
Topic.
Stephen Colbert's of...
What's you climb things and you ride things a lot. Is there anything nerdier you do for fun? What do you? Is your only
I'm a
fun?
finance
And it's
geek.
admirable. It's admirable, and I wish that I made more time to do the things you do, and I would love to go climbing with you sometime.
Okay, babe, remember you said that because we're going to do it.
I will. Yes.
doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
You ever
part
go on
of-
weekdays?
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Part of this podcast is Liam and I, every episode,
And you know
you
what?
go.
I
we,
should-
we
yes.
challenge ourselves to do something fun to break out of the routine and
remembered-
enjoy life.
Because I listened to your first episode and I remember thinking, oh, I'm going to make them come climbing. So
All right, we're
doing
gonna do
We're
it.
doing
So,
weekday climb.
just out of curiosity, quick tangent. So what do? We put on G-strings. We get all lubed
Yes.
up. What do we do?
Yes.
Like,
but
how do you do?
exactly. That's how we're going to make you do it.
Okay.
In fact, you must wear what you wore for the zombie run.
Okay.
You must wear what he wore for the zombie run.
All right.
I was in a
And
speedo.
he
by the
was
way.
in a speedo. And then we'll put the whole
Pirates of the
thing on
Caribbean.
YouTube, and I will retire.
But no, we get like chalked up and we
I'll
get all.
get you harnesses.
Harnesses.
We'll get you shoes. You need harnesses and shoes.
And
then
you'll,
we'll.
after I'm dead, you'll adopt my children.
I would love to. I would love to. I love those critters. All critters I love. Okay, you asked me something about my nerdiness.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So anything
Yeah.
non.
Yeah. I get my
what's the
nerd on.
non-adventure girl stuff?
I like a couple weekends ago, I snuck in a macroeconomics seminar.
Whoa,
In
that is
between.
nerdy.
So you're a
It's-
math nerd,
I'm a money nerd.
money nerd.
I'm a money nerd.
Okay.
But I'm not informed, but I love the study of money and macroeconomics, and I love real estate, and I love building stuff. And I'm always, like when I was a little kid, I used to design my dream bathroom, which always had like, deer in it and trees. But now I just try to design bathrooms that are way less expensive than that. I like to design stuff. I'm like a rehab addict. I walk into someone's home, God help them if they even mention that they might not like their kitchen. I'm like, oh, and I'm grabbing paper and I'm drawing
Okay.
things for them, going, you should take out this wall here and you should do this and that.
If you like money, that that pops a serious question into my mind, which is: have you ever swam in a pool of money like Scrooge McDuck?
Like Scrooge
Ever?
McDuck. That is a serious question.
No, but we should make it happen on another podcast.
Okay, money is
I don't
Filthy.
like-
It's got fecal matter all.
Oh, did you have to
But
say
it's
fecal?
true.
Well, most of the time
People
it's
are
all-
disgusting.
It's credit cards now. Yeah, you guys are all animals.
No, but
Animals.
you know what? It's not money I love.
Technically true.
It's what you can do with it, and it's what the possibility of it is.
You can
and
fill
we're-
a sack with quarters and bash someone on the head with it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly
You can
what I
you
meant.
can
Sam.
toss it in a rap video. It's
Yeah, make it rain.
make it rain.
Goodness
Make it
knows
rain.
I want to embody more of what we see in rap videos.
All right.
I get my
okay.
nerd on. Plus, I love science.
Okay.
Whenever I go to the doctor, I'm like, "What is that? What's that number? What's my blood pressure? What's my
I'm
temperature?
sure your doctors
What is
love
this?"
you.
Oh, they hate me. My podiatrist, when I broke my foot, I had to go to a specialist, and I made him show me the X-ray every time and show me like what was supposed to be happening and what was happening, and
I feel like the next question I should ask now before it gets too late.
I think we should go into the big one. But
No.
oh no!
no,
Prior to the big one, because of this stuff.
Jameson. Jameson whiskey.
Okay, you saw how much I had. I breathed that, and I'm a little like,
Yeah.
woo.
You don't have to do anything here, but
So I can go.
how many push-ups can you do? Jim?
I can only
you
do
know what?
8.
8?
Eight's
All
pretty
I
good.
can do right now.
No, she was actually, so earlier tonight, me and Ms. Hale were in the gym, pumping iron,
We were riding bikes.
because that's what we do. And she out of nowhere said, I'm really bad at push-ups. We were gonna have you do a push-up contest with one of us because you're so much more physically in shape than us.
I just can't do a
I
push-up.
can't hang off a fucking wall.
Yes, but you know.
I play Spider-Man. You are Spider-Man.
No, this is the misconception of climbing that you will learn.
Okay.
I'm going to stand up now. You do not climb from your arms if you're
All
doing
right.
it right at all. You're climbing from your legs. So if I want to do a route, like I want to get up there, I'm going to use that just to get my balance. I'm going to get here. I'm going to get in
Okay.
position, and I'm going to push up with my legs.
She's levitating
See?
right now.
It's all in your legs. My arms are where they are. I don't have large arms. They have
Okay.
the strength they have. Like these funky little muscles, I'm making weird things with my fingers, and they're making weird things on my arms. They're just from balancing and holding on. I will never have the upper body strength of any man.
Well, they look good. They
Well,
look like
thank
you can
you.
do push-ups.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we get an
I guess-
applause for Jen Hale's arm?
I'm very happy to try.
I guess
for
that
a-
I could beat you in a push-up contest, but I think
I
the
would kick
takeaway
your butt in a leg press.
if a Russian dance contest, you would last way
Like
longer.
Fiddler on the Roof
Yeah.
I think I
style.
would slay you with the sheer hilarity of my efforts.
All right. It's hard to hold in farts when you do that dance.
True.
They
And we're getting
creep
near the
out.
farting hour, aren't we?
Uh-huh.
Yes, we're almost there. And with that, we'll take a short break.
Hey guys, if you have comments or suggestions for fun things we can do, follow our Twitter account at Zero Time to Play.
Now on with the shizzo.
Round 2.
Liam, come closer. I'm worried you're off mic.
All right, you have to fix it in post.
I will fix it in post. I want to go to the big question, Liam, but
Oh,
you're
I'm so
resistant.
nervous.
No, we can go.
Let's
We
just
can
do
go.
it.
We can go.
ginger
All right,
ale.
so
Okay, so
never
earlier you
drink
mentioned that
this.
your high school was the basis of the film and book series The Hunger Games.
No, I didn't say that. I
You
just
said
the
exactly
writer.
that. And that all of your friends.
all right, I want to
We're going to paint a picture
paint
for
a
you.
scenario
so
for you.
nervous.
Okay.
Okay.
So picture this. Picture this.
eyes, yes.
You wake up one day, but you're not in your bed. You're not in your home. You're in ADR5 at Warner Brothers.
What the hell?
It's a recording studio.
It's a
that we work
recording
in.
I
studio
know
that
it.
we all work
Down
at.
the
We know it
steps,
very
yes.
well. Yeah, yeah.
Is there pineapple and fruit like
It's
there
in
always
Warner
is?
Brothers. Yeah, there's a plate with 2 oatmeal cookies and a bowl with strawberries, but it's old. It's been left overnight. There's no one else there. There's only the gentle light from the monitors in the room. And
Weirdest setup ever.
one of the speakers crackles awake, and you hear the voice of Sam Riegel come out of them and say,
You must all kill to live, or all will die. the one who does not survive. Or no, wait. If you do not kill another, you will be stoned to death with microphones. Okay, so basically what has happened is it's Hunger Games.
You're going too fast.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on, I was.
Okay.
Okay,
creating
you stretch it out,
drama.
stretch it out, stretch it out.
The voice of Evil Regal says, "Welcome, Miss Hale. We have provided a competition for you and your colleagues. One of you must live today, or all will die." And it's just then you notice there's a table in front of you with three strange
weapons.
objects on them. And Regal, who's now twiddling his hand, is leering into
You
the
see
camera.
before you a Bowie knife, or Bowie knife, depending on how you pronounce it. A length of piano wire, which you can use for stealth choking. And razor-sharp rock climbing gear.
I don't know.
Please
that's
take
good.
one weapon and only one weapon to use to defend yourself and attack others. What did you choose?
I'm thinking. It's not a Swiss Army Bowie.
No,
It's just like a big,
full-on
like, crocodile
It's a
Dundee.
machete.
That's
It's a
not-
machete.
This is a knife.
I think
So
I'm
you
going to
got-
go for the knife.
You know, you are a rock climber. Let me just remind you.
Yes, but I don't want to touch any gear that's razor sharp because I'm going to hurt myself.
All right. So you have the knife.
I'm going to break the story because I want to know how it works. aren't there little, like, what do you, is it just chalk hands?
It's my fingers.
It's just your fingers, okay.
And shoes.
But
and
in-
shoes.
So these shoes would have razor blades in them.
They have stealth rubber. Okay.
What if you had,
Okay.
what if they were gloves?
I'm getting the sense
And
that
they
someone wants
clawed-
me. I'll take
No,
No,
you can
no, we
take the
want
knife.
you
I
to take
actually
whatever.
like that you're skipping the
The thing that you know best.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want to see you kill with the serrated back blade of a Bowie knife.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Yeah.
The killing's going to be difficult because I don't believe in it.
Oh boy.
So
All right. Well, there's more to the
I'm
story.
going to take the knife.
Okay.
All right.
All right. You have the knife. You walk out of ADR 5
Mm-hmm.
up the stairs.
There's a large plasma TV that you've never seen before around the corner, and
Right or
Sam's
left?
there again.
Right
you
or
can't
left?
get
Right
away
or left?
from him
Right or
on
left?
the
At
right.
the top of the stairs.
There are 7
No,
others.
There are no 9 because I couldn't figure out who to delete.
God, you guys put some stuff into
There
this.
are 9 others of your fellow voice actors on the loose in Warner Brothers Studios, all
God.
fighting for their lives. And I will name them by name.
I should have taken the climbing gear and get on the water tower.
Let us introduce you to Laura Bailey, Corey Walgren, Roger Craig Smith,
The voice of Ezio.
Tom Kenny,
The voice of SpongeBob.
Nolan North.
Uncharted.
Fred Tatasciore, the
Oh, Fred.
Phil Lamar.
Oh, Phil.
He was in Pulp Fiction.
Yes. Which took me years to figure out.
Yes.
I'd known Phil for years. I walked into a session one day and somebody made a reference and I went, oh my God! You were in that movie!
Tara Strong. And David Hayter.
Oh, Dave, no.
Here's your competition.
Who's the David Hayter the voice of for our listening audience, please?
Oh,
Solid
Snake,
Snake.
Solid Snake, for countless Metal Gear games
All right.
that I played all of. By the way, I'm sad by the replacement. He could be great, but I'm sad.
Yes.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
All right.
Yeah.
So, of these 9 competitors and yourself, who lives? Who dies?
And be it known, Miss Hale, that there is an electromagnetic shield, a sphere, all around Warner Brothers. You can go anywhere from the administration offices to the fake bullshit American town, to the ADR studios, to the commissary and cafeteria.
We have lots of questions. How would you survive? Who would you target
What's your
first?
strategy?
How would you kill?
Would you create
Would you
alliances?
enjoy it?
No. I'll track them one by one.
Okay.
Okay.
Who would you pick off first? Here's your list.
Whoever came my way.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna
And
assume
I'm actually not
Tatasciore.
going to kill them. No. I'm going to disable them quickly.
Disable, like taking out their Achilles tendon.
The knife is right near their jugular.
Okay.
They have a choice. I'm going to tell them that I will either tie them up and leave them where they are, or they can come with me and help me. We are creating a band to hunt you down for setting this whole thing up!
You're not following the rules. This is improper.
The rules are lame and evil, and I'm taking you out.
All right. Let's say that works with 8 of the 9. Everybody's like, everyone says,
I'm in.
yeah, I'm in.
Except for
Laura Bailey says, fuck you, bitch. You're gonna die.
I would say
And I'm gonna pull out your innards with my bare hands, and I'm gonna eat them in front of all the other contestants so they'll know who top dog.
name drop.
What do you do then? What do you do? Everyone else has listened to reason, and you're a compassionate and convincing advocate for humanity. But Laura Bailey is a heartless, soulless monster.
And she, for her weapon, has picked like a crow-like spinning disc with razor blades on it. And she
It's a
can throw-
predator weapon.
Oh, it's amazing. And she's out for blood.
What do you do?
She's out for blood,
Do
bro.
you,
Do you take her down?
or do you say, I cannot fight you, sister, and let her cleave?
ain't nobody gonna be cleaving me.
Okay.
However, I stay calm because anger dissipates one's focus. I let her wear her ass out,
Yeah.
and I knock her out. Tie her up, stick her in the corner.
Knock her out. You don't stab her.
No,
You have a knife.
I don't care. I don't care.
You're too nice.
No,
Yeah. All right.
I just can't do it.
This is a cop out. This is you are sidestepping the issue. What if?
No, I'm just not doing
I
what you
understand.
want.
I understand. But what if Sam, because he's a fucker too.
Now he dies.
What if he says,
You have no problem killing my best friend. How did you find my office? Everyone. And
what if he told
But I don't
you...
do the killing. I have Laura do it.
Yeah, all right, that'll work. Because there's explosive collars around everyone's neck if you don't kill. They're just gonna go off. So then you all then just hold hands like the Who's in Whoville and go out together?
No, then we figure out ways to fake each other's deaths and make it look legit.
She's too smart for us.
Yeah.
For me, I'd kill Tata Shore and use his skin as a hood.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine being charged by Tata Shore
Dude.
in the commissary? Oh, Fred.
I just
Fred.
hide in the top of the water tower till it's all done.
Who would you fear the most, Sam?
Of that list?
Of that list, yeah.
Oh.
You know,
Who do you think would...
Tara Strong.
Yeah.
I think Tara Strong has the chutzpah and the killer
Yes, I
instinct
agree.
Yeah.
to say, hey, I'm not gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Come over here.
And would she kill you with the voice of a Powerpuff?
She
Girl?
might.
Oh, no, honey.
She
Oh,
might
no.
powerpuff you to death.
That girl has a lot of strength.
She could crush your larynx.
Do you think that David Hayter would smear mashed potatoes all over his body so that he could blend in to the food carts and you wouldn't be seen?
Because he's so stealth.
Actually, here's the thing about David Hayter that's possibly known. He's an accomplished martial artist and he's quite dangerous if you piss him off.
I believe it combined with the potatoes.
And he's Mr. Deadly Potato Head.
Yeah.
Mr. Deadly
Just the
Potato Head.
carbs alone would tire you out.
I'd look at the carbs and I'd fall down.
Oh,
I
I'm so
can't get
tired.
up.
So tired.
I think the real one to worry about would be Walgren because she's so unassuming, right? She's like
love that one.
Midwestern.
She's nice.
She's
Do
nice.
you guys know the work of Kari Walgren?
Oh,
Everybody?
yeah.
She's
in,
nice and blonde and cute.
Fast. She's fierce, man. I took her
Yeah,
rock
no, I
climbing.
know she's
She was
athletic.
straight up that wall.
But she's so down home and like earnest and like great personality and centered that I feel like she would crack and spoil
No.
and flip entirely.
Nope. Don't underestimate that girl.
I
not.
think that she would find a way to cut open the rim of my skull and use
You know
my
who's
brain as a
fierce in
basketball.
that lot?
Yeah?
Laura Bailey. That woman is
She's fierce.
fierce.
You know who?
She's bright and awesome
She's
and
great.
fierce.
She's a powerful Amazonian woman. You know who I no offense to you, sir, but who I would not be afraid of is Nolan North. Even though he plays a manly, masculine man of action and adventure in the Uncharted games.
Just distract him with a nice bite.
I think that with Sam Riegel, evil Sam Riegel's cameras that are all around, he'd be distracted by the cameras and looking good for them.
No, I'm saying you just distract the man with a nice road bike.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll never get him back.
That he could be easily killed. No offense, Nolan, I love you.
Well, I'm sorry. If you take me and Kari and Laura and line us up, we'll whip you all into shape and just put a
true.
stop to all this silliness.
Nolan North, I challenge you to a walking off. Can you survive?
That's all you would
That
have to
would be
do.
your
Because
edge,
his
yeah.
walking is amazing.
Yeah.
And it would take him like 5 minutes. He would riff on it for 5 minutes. He could
Nolan
sneak up
has
behind him.
derailed about 50,000 voiceover sessions by just slipping into walking.
Because he's hilarious.
He's
can't
so
stop him.
funny. This is the thing people don't
He's
know about
extremely
Nolan.
talented.
He's so funny.
Because Sam and I voice direct too, and we know that he's extremely talented. He's extremely talented, great actor. You have to mind the funny because the funny can take over everything.
And he is
yes.
nothing but funny.
You
He
gotta
is so
corral
funny.
that guy.
So funny.
He's so funny. I love him.
So
Yes.
that's
We love
I always feel bad for directors because they're sitting back there and it's like they're supervising a class of unruly kindergartners. Oh, good luck. I always tell. In fact, I go into sessions now, and if I hear the director come on and their volume's about like this, and we're talking like this, I'm like, you need to turn up your talk back. You're gonna lose us.
Yeah,
We're
it's
gonna
true.
be gone down the funny road, and you're gonna lose us.
Actors are steamrollers. We're by the way, I think this is going well, and I think you're our
You're not gonna put a stop to it, are you?
well, we're nearing the end.
I think so.
But
Who decides that it's the end?
I do, wives. I know all and see all.
Didn't we kill you?
Yes, you did.
Thank
You
you.
stormed into my office, and it was it was sinew and guts everywhere. We asked you at dinner tonight to prepare some questions for us. I don't know if you have any. If you don't, that's okay.
I have a single question.
Okay.
What would your spirit animal be?
Spirit animal.
Yeah, what's your spirit animal?
Okay, that's a good question.
My spirit animal is Woody Allen.
Love it.
It's not an animal.
See, I knew I would get these kind of answers.
Because the reason I want to rock climb with you, here's what everyone thinks of you. I don't know if it's true. I think it's true, is that you're brave and singular of purpose and focused and centered. It could all be bullshit, Jen. I don't know.
Depends on
but
what
that's
time
what
it
it
is.
seems like on the outside.
Oh,
whereas I see
love
myself
that.
as...
Can you write that on a pillow for me?
one of those crochet pillows.
Yes.
I think of myself as indecisive. That's what it feels like on the inside.
No.
I don't know if I hide it well, but I'm like,
You do.
I don't know what I'm doing half the time. And people say, how did you get, sometimes people say, hey, how'd you become a voice actor? How'd you get to do what you do? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know the answers to anything. I think that's why I'm an agnostic, because
Cheers.
That's a, hey, you want to see, this is wasted on the listening audience, but you guys can get it. You want to know what my philosophy on life is?
What's that?
You ready?
Yes.
I
He
shrug.
just did an awesome shrug.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Dave Hayter actually put it very well once we were chatting, and he's like, I believe in something's... God, I hope I'm not misquoting you, Dave. Sorry. If so, maybe I was drinking. I don't know. Or maybe you were. Something akin to the Force.
Live long and
Floridians.
prosper.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
What?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Sam Riegel, spirit animal.
What are those things?
Dame Edna. No.
What are those things? Prairie dogs. Because they pop up, they're really cute, and then they go away. That's me. I think I'm like I can be cute just long enough, and then I'm gone. That's my lot in life, is just temporary
That's awesome.
cuteness and then burrowing around in a hole.
Great.
Sam, we did it.
What?
Every podcast, I think,
This is gonna be the
we
one.
surely should not be doing this anymore. This is a train wreck waiting to happen. I've run out of things to say at episode 2.
Luckily, we had
Somehow.
Jen say all of them for us. Yeah, we learned a lot today. We learned that Jennifer Hale's nickname was and will forever be Horsacuda.
Dorsacuda. It was Dorsacuda. That was it. Dork, horse, and barracuda all combined
Wow, that's even awesomer.
If you stare, we learned that if you stare a motherfucker in the face who wants to kill you, you just turn the other cheek and then judo chop them in the back of the head and lock them in ADR 5.
That's
Lock
true.
them in ADR 5.
Did you learn anything today, Jennifer Hale, about us or about the world?
That I just love you more.
Oh, that's adorable.
It's true.
Guys, I hope this wasn't too boring for you to listen to. Really, we could have done this without you. I mean, it's just. I mean,
But we were glad you're here.
glad you're
We're
here,
so
but
glad
it's
you're
like
here.
it's like you're watching like just 3 boring people talk to each other. So I'm glad that you were here, but I hope it wasn't just boring for you guys, especially not the guy with the gun and the skull mask looking at you. Because he's scary.
Yeah.
And I assume sweaty and hot.
He shrugged.
He shrugged.
He shrugged.
What I'm learning, another thing I've learned is that in every anime convention panel room, there's one guy who looks like they could legitimately kill you.
Yes,
All
Yes.
one guy.
true.
Yes, yes.
It's true.
Well, thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you for being with us. You've been a great audience. Have a great night. Yay.
Thanks, you guys.
I hope it recorded.
Oh, it's none of it. It farted out 30 minutes ago. We got it.
We got it. So go online, and in a few weeks or months, this will be
All
on
work and no
All Work No
play.
Look
Play.
for it at Easter. Happy Easter, everyone. Thanks for listening, guys. If you want to be the first on your block to hear the next episode, be sure to click subscribe on iTunes.
You will instantly improve the world by doing so. And remember,
Don't work too hard.
Insert coin. Get ready for all work, no play. Go.
We are live from Sacramento.
ladies and gentlemen, please welcome me and Liam to All Work and No Play with Liam. This is the podcast. If you haven't heard the show before, and a couple of you haven't, Liam and I'm Sam Riegel. This is Liam O'Brien.
Hi there, everybody.
We're fellow voice actors, directors, and writers, and we work a lot, and we don't have time to enjoy ourselves in life and have fun. So this podcast is an excuse for us to get together, and every episode we challenge ourselves to do something fun that is not work-related, and then talk about it. This is not one of those episodes.
No,
though.
this is outside of the regular timeline. Every once in a while we go to a convention and we just shoot the beep together.
This is a filler episode.
Yeah. We also normally are enjoying spirits together. A glass of wine, a bottle of bourbon. It's 5:30.
An entire bottle of bourbon.
Entire bottle of bourbon. It's 5:30 in Sacramento. No alcohol. I'm totally jacked up on coffee though.
That counts.
That counts.
That counts. I briefly just choked myself before we started just to give myself a head rush.
It was good. So good.
But no, so the show is usually us talking a little bit about our work, a little bit about our family, and then about the fun that we've done in the time leading up to it. Like, for instance, some of the fun things we've done have included going on a zombie run.
Playing a one-off of Dungeons and Dragons, which turned into a 1.5-year campaign.
Going to a water park in Orlando and going down a crazy water slide.
Getting our fortunes told by
that was a
some
good
charlatan, yeah.
All these episodes are available for you online, but today we're very happy because we're not going to do any of that stuff. Instead, we are welcoming, for the first time on any stage, a very special guest to be interviewed by us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Roger Craig Smith.
Hi,
Welcome.
Roger.
Hello. Hello.
How
You
are
won the raffle,
met you
and this
guys?
is your prize.
Oh, interesting.
Come on, have a seat.
We're already live. This
Nice.
is going out to
Live.
millions of people as we speak.
Exactly.
And it will be when we broadcast it in a
There you go.
month.
There goes it.
Yeah. Also, most of you have not ever listened to our podcast. We're not going to talk about the craft of acting or any of that crap. You've been hearing it all weekend. It's great. Not here.
Craft.
We are going to shoot the breeze and maybe ask you a couple of questions, Roger. Some very important
First of
questions.
all, let's just introduce Roger for those
Yes.
who don't know him. He is the voice of, I don't really know, Sonic,
There's that.
Ezio,
Ezio.
and that's where my knowledge ends.
There you
I'll
go.
fill in. Roger's been the voice of Batman,
Oh,
Captain America,
Robin, the Riddler.
Chris Redfield from the Resident Evil series.
The Penguin.
You're on the regular show.
I am.
Fill in the gaps.
Clarence on Cartoon Network. Say yes to the dress. Yeah.
Oh,
All right, there we go.
Backyard Crashers.
Yeah, your yard crashers, house crashers, bath crashers, kitchen crashers.
Crash Crashers?
Crash Crashers?
Do you ever do a show
Crasher Crashers.
where there's a car accident and you go
That
and
would be kind
fix
of cool when
the
they
car?
crash and they fix it.
Crashers, yeah.
Like, hey, while you're bleeding from that open wound,
Yeah.
we're gonna fix your car.
Yeah. You can get new shocks and struts.
I don't know.
All right,
No,
well,
that's
no,
great.
enough of that. Enough of
Enough
that.
of that. Anyway,
Enough of that. Now, guys who are in the audience, thank you for coming. We're going to a little bit pretend like you're not here because I want to let this feel relaxed and intimate. I'm going to place my hand right here. And,
That's not his hand.
Pillows.
is your ankle in view?
Inside joke.
So we're gonna ask you some questions that are not anime related in any way, and please try to be forthcoming and honest.
Yeah.
with us.
Let's
Well,
start.
You're prepared?
Well,
You have to.
yeah, we have a couple of things.
What is
Before
bronies.com? That's interesting.
Before we really get started, I want to loosen you up a little bit, and here's how I would like to
Just
do
the
that.
shoulders, if you
Yep,
can start
yep, yep.
there, and-
I'm going to give you a choice to either have a push-up contest with me or a race around the room. You can have your choice of either, just to take the edge off.
Just to take the edge off.
Yeah.
There's nothing that relaxes a person more.
Either way.
Other than an exercise contest.
I went on a cruise recently and did nothing but eat and drink for like a week straight. So
Yeah.
I've done nothing cardiovascular and nothing physical in a very long time.
Okay, well,
so
you make
this is
me look good
This is a
normally.
lose-lose situation for me. No, if I run, I'm gonna jiggle all over the place as I run around there. My man boobs might hit me in the face as we.
Okay.
few
And
push-ups.
if I do a push-up, I might get to 3 before I have a heart attack, and then where?
And then
So
the
where's
podcast will
How
be cut
about
short.
a
The
patty
podcast?
cake contest?
Well, really and truly, is it good podcasting to have us run, or?
Oh, that's terrible.
All right,
How about a
that's
quiz?
fine. That's good. That's
Run?
fine. Let's
Let's
run.
do it. That's
So
fine.
how we're doing this? Hang
So
on.
here's what I suggest so you don't hit each other
Yeah.
or anyone else. I suggest you both start here in the middle,
All right.
run to the end, and then back these aisles.
So we're gonna split.
You're gonna split.
up.
That way you won't hit each other.
Okay.
But we're gonna have to be side by side. Well,
That's-
actually, he'll be behind me as I go down that way, right?
Yes.
As he's
No,
sucking
here's what we
air
do.
the whole way down.
Forget that. You go to the middle.
All right. I will narrate what's going on for the people at home.
And that's all we're gonna do for the next hour.
Oh wait, we need an official start, and I can't do it. So perhaps we should have the only. Oh, go! They're off. Roger he's taking the short route. He's to the end first. Roger is rounding the corner. They're neck and neck. Roger has gotten lost. Liam is going a different way. Liam has already finished the race. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. By a nose, Liam wins because Roger stopped halfway. All right, now we can have a quiet, intimate conversation.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Man,
So tell me about your childhood.
When I was a kid,
Were you? I want to know.
difficult baby. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Coke before a run.
Jiggle, jiggle.
Really? Yeah, exactly.
should I start, Liam? Do you need a second here?
You do. I'm gonna go get
All
my
right.
hat.
First question. What's worse? Tiny hands or sweaty hands?
Ooh. Sweaty.
Okay.
Sweaty, would you
Wanna
agree?
qualify that?
I'll take a tiny hand. I mean, like when you go to shake a hand and it's
Like
just like
really like a weird
like 3 little knuckles.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Yeah.
But a weird little tiny hand. That doesn't creep me out as much as when you just get the sweat.
All right.
What you hope is just sweat. Because it's like, you never know what it is.
Yeah. You don't want to ask.
Just any sort of moisture.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, it lets the mind wander too much. Whereas with a small hand, you can just think tiny gloves.
Sure.
You know.
Sure. All right. Next question.
If you drop your keys in your car or like, that kind of thing.
Oh,
Could you
they
get
can
those
reach
for
in
me? Like
between
very
the-
handy?
yeah.
Pardon the pun? Sorry.
I do want to know about your childhood because I know you got into it,
Yeah.
right?
This is a stupid idea.
I ran 11 miles 2
Exactly.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
I know about how you got into our line of work. I don't need to hear that.
Okay.
That's isn't it? I want to know who were you as a kid? Were you an outsider at school, or were you mainstream and popular? What was it like in high school?
Well, that's okay. That's an interesting. I don't know that like mainstream and popular is the way. I ran with a bunch of different crowds,
Okay.
which was nice. But I think I did kind of feel like an outsider in some ways because I wasn't necessarily. I was usually smaller. I wasn't as athletic as some of the other guys, but I did sports. But I also felt funny and goofy, and I wasn't very good in school. I was more at home in like theater arts than I was in math class for sure. So, but it was weird. So I ran with jock friends. I had nerd friends. I had outcast friends. I used to play drums and stuff in high school, and not in the band, but as a garage band drummer. So I was hanging out with the dirtbag musician types.
Did you have girlfriends in high school?
Not really. No.
Okay.
Moving
Well,
on.
that reminds me.
Moving on.
And my next question was, could you paint a picture of your prom for us?
Craig Smith's prom.
My prom. You know what's funny? I don't even know if I went to my. Did I go to my? I went to my senior prom. But actually, here's a picture of the senior prom. This is what happened.
Okay.
We spent, as the guys, each $400 each, which I know, which back in that day would have been about like 40 grand, I think, inflation. Spent $400 each. We rented these really cheesy tuxedos of like, they were just gaudy. They were
What
awful.
was the material?
Probably polyester,
Okay.
I would imagine.
Okay.
Burlap, I think it was. Rented these tuxedos, and we had arranged for a limo to pick us all up at my house, and then we were going to drive to the Hollywood Hills to go up to Laserium to go see a Laserium show at the Griffith
What
Observatory.
is a laserium?
Laserium is what do they call it? What's
Like
the
a
actual term?
planetarium?
Planetarium. So we go to a planetarium, and they start off with the stars and all that, and then they have a laser light show that goes up into that
Oh.
to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
Whoa.
Yeah, and you sit on these chairs to do this, and it puts all these like lasers up, and everybody is sometimes, altered state of being. And so everybody kind of goes, wow, it's cool, man. It's like, dark side of the moon. And then after that, we all hop back in the limo, go back down to Benihana's in Newport Beach.
Classy.
Yeah.
Classy.
Nothing but the best for my ladies. And then after the prom, we were taken back to my house. Then we were all changing into like grubby clothes where we had rented out an ice skate rink to do broomball hockey.
That's pretty cool.
Wait, what hockey?
Broomball hockey.
Oh my God, this sounds awesome.
It's fun. You just play with your tennis shoes and you take like old brooms and they take a ball out and you just play hockey, but you're just running around on the ice.
Yeah.
And all of our prom dates, the 3 dudes that I was with, 2 of them.
You took 3 dudes to prom?
I did. You gotta maximize your options. You gotta maximize your options, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Sure.
So there were, I think it was like, was it 3 groups of us? Anyway, there were 18 couples that all did this broomball hockey thing.
Did it end in a human centipede?
No, it ended with our dates sitting in the car, chatting one another up, while all of us dudes like sat like and just played broomball hockey and had the time of our lives. But they ended up becoming like total duds. And they're like, I don't want to go on the ice.
Let's be honest, you don't really.
My hair is gonna get all messed up.
You don't really know what happened in that limo.
I don't remember. No, I don't remember. After Pink Floyd's The Wall, it was all a purple haze. Yeah.
It could have been better than broomball.
It could, exactly, but it wasn't. It was an ultimate waste of money, and very nice date, I guess. Kind of sad. So it wasn't like
you had fun with your friends.
Absolutely, we had a great time. We were going out like, come on, like everybody's having a good time. Like,
but you didn't get to
cold,
second base, right?
and it's like no, not at all.
Okay.
We weren't even in the ballpark.
All right.
There were no bases to be run.
Got it. Well, segueing from that, speaking of 3 dudes.
Yeah.
Next question. You're going to prison for 25 years.
A few more than 3 dudes.
Who would you rather have as a jail cell roommate? Troy Baker. Eric Bauza.
Okay.
Clancy Brown.
Oh.
If the people in the audience aren't familiar with these are different voice actors. Clancy was a large man. He was in Shawshank Redemption. Troy Baker, everyone knows who that is. Eric Bauza is a slighter fellow.
Yes.
Who is going to be your roommate?
We're in prison.
Cellmate.
Easiest choice of all.
Oh.
Troy Baker.
Really?
Here's why.
Okay, please explain.
I want to break out of prison, right? Nobody wants to be in prison. I could take all of those scarves and tie them together and climb out the window and run to my freedom.
That makes sense.
The other guys might be wonderful conversationalists,
Well, Clancy, I figured, could defend you.
Yeah, but what if Clancy doesn't like me as a cellmate? Then that's a 25 years of...
Then the flip side of that is Eric Bauza, you could break him.
I think Eric Bauza and I would just do nothing but make stupid voices to one another the whole time.
That's true.
I think that's so... it would pass the time, I guess, but if my goal is to escape from prison, then Troy Baker with the scarves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a fair answer.
Take the scarves and climb out and save myself.
I'll take it. Next question,
What is
please.
this?
Let's see.
I feel like I'm not sweating from the running anymore. This is like the hot seat kind of thing.
All right. What's one thing you're not proud of when you Google yourself?
Most of my pictures. I make the stupidest faces in photos, and I have a partially deviated septum on my left nostril, and for some odd reason I'm prone to always going like this. And if it's a camera flash, it'll literally hit the membrane of that deviated septum and shine it nice and bright white.
Wait, so you don't have red eye, you have red nose?
I have white nose. I have white foreign matter nostril, I think is what they would call it. Which they need to get a reduction for that, because I've got too many photos where it's like you zoom in and you just see like a little white reflection, but it just looks like I got a bat in the cave. And so I would say Googling that and Castle Shikigami 2, maybe? That was my first video game
Were you
role.
bad in it?
I was awful. It was my very, very first game. I got called on a Friday. We were down in Tustin. You remember Eloy Studios?
I remember the 2-hour drive.
Tustin is like the Cleveland of Southern California.
Basically, the armpit of Cleveland of Southern California.
It's an industrial wasteland.
And if you're in Hollywood, it's a 2-hour drive.
Unbelievable
and
drive.
they used to record some anime and games down there.
Duel Masters, we did down there. That was my first anime.
Pat Labor.
Pat Labor, that's right.
Yeah.
Pat Labor.
Pat Labor.
It's all been downhill from there.
That was it was they called me on a Friday at 4 p.m. This guy, the engineer, and he's like, "Hey man, you want to do a video game?" Sure. He's like, "Cool. Can you get here in 15 minutes?" It's like,
it's
I've
pro.
booked it. Yeah, exactly. I was like, "There's no audition." And he goes, yeah, man, it's like we need somebody to come do it, and like they're just like, come on down. I'm like, all right. So I show up. There's no director. It was just the engineer and I, and the script had not been translated from it was, I think, originally Chinese, then Japanese, and then into English. And so it wasn't adapted, it was just literally translated.
So nothing mattered.
So the lines were things like, I am Kim DeJohn of 7 homes and 2 moms. And you're like,
That's like a reality show.
and yeah, and we would just look at each other, and it was just an engineer and I, we would say, what is this? And he's like, I don't know, dude, just record it. And I was like, all right. It's like, I'm Kim DeJohn of 7 homes and 2 moms. Sounds good, dude, moving on. And the favorite element of that is that there was this word might that kept coming up with like an exclamation mark on it. And so we were like, I don't know, M-I-G-H-T.
Okay.
So I was like, that's like a battle cry, like, might! So I would just do this, might! And it was like we were 3/4 of the way through recording all these lines, and pretty soon we realized that Mite was like another character's name. So it was literally like the equivalent of like yelling like Larry over and over again. And
Did you go back and re-record?
No, because they had no. I think I got like $20 for the entire game, and it was.
And they left it.
When it released, it immediately went into the bargain bin. I remember being at a Target going, "It's out," and it was in the $10 clearance bin.
I remember that engineer too, and he sounds just like your.
It was Paul, wasn't it?
I don't remember his name.
I forgot his name. That's awful.
He's kind
Yeah,
of
he's
slacker.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey man, you wanna do a video game? I just got back from Laserium, man. It was awesome. Good show.
Was that your question, Liam, or was that mine?
That was.
I think that was yours.
What was it? I forgot already.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
You're just at Laserium?
Keep moving.
You, Roger Craig Smith,
Yes.
have 3 names.
Yes.
3 kind of boring names
Okay.
that make one interesting person.
Thank you, okay.
Who are some other of your favorite 3 named people in the world?
Kevin Michael Richardson.
Okay, that's a good one.
James Arnold Taylor.
Okay, these are voice actors.
Yes. Liam O'Brien.
That's a stretch.
That's
That's a stretch, but sure, we'll take that.
Are you familiar with Boutros Ghali?
Boutros Ghali. I don't know. Now I'm just gonna now I'm fishing like Michael J. Fox.
Oh, that's sure. Yeah.
No, gosh, Kevin Michael Richardson. I mean, honestly, like that's the first that pops to.
Did you
to mind.
use that because there was another Roger Smith in the Union? Did you
I
always
did.
go by Roger Craig Smith as a child?
I started doing Roger Craig Smith for a website, which became convenient because actually there was a RogerSmith.com. I was doing stand-up comedy, and I wanted to create a website so I could be like, hey, here's where I'm going to be performing, all that stuff. So I go to register RogerSmith.com, and it's already been taken. And I'm like, by who? There's a hotel in New York called the Roger Smith Hotel. So it's RogerSmith.com is the Roger Smith Hotel's website.
Did you write them to see if you could maybe?
No, I didn't think I was going to buy it away at that point. So I just went with my full name, Roger Craig Smith, got that, started performing as that, and then when it came time to get into the unions, there was a Roger G. Smith, and someone told me a funny story about that. Someone told me a recent story about I wasn't the first narrator on Say Yes to the Dress.
Oh.
That the very first session, they called the wrong agency. And I think I had gone by Roger C. Smith, or they thought that's what it was. They called, and the only thing I can assume is that it was Roger G. Smith, who's an African-American gentleman who doesn't look anything like me, nor doesn't sound anything like me. And he's actually a very accomplished actor, and he's been in a number of things. But they called him in, and he started reading the script, and he was kind of looking at the engineer like, I don't know that I'm the right guy, like this kind of thing. So they started working with him. The producers halfway through were like, God, he sounds so different than than the kid that we auditioned. And the engineer told me, he's like, yeah, man. He's like, halfway through, they were like, hey, it sounds great. We're gonna go ahead and take a break. Why don't we just reconvene in about an hour? And then they realized we called the wrong guy.
Oh no!
And so that was that disambiguation of like Roger G, Roger C. But yeah, Roger Craig Smith became a whole thing as part of the union names and all that stuff, and for performing reasons. But
When I
I think he's fine.
Oh yeah.
I think he's fine.
When I first went to try to make a website for myself, I went looking for LiamO'Brien.com. It was taken. I was like, God damn, what freaking a-hole, And I went and looked it up. Some poor guy, his son was taken by the mother when he was a kid. He was just some guy who was like, if you're out there, I loved you as a child, and please come back. And I was like, okay, you can have it.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's better than a hotel.
Yeah.
Or not, well, I guess a hotel's better than that. Somebody's long lost son? Way to bring everybody down.
Yeah, that's a pretty
That's
big
my
bump.
job on the podcast.
It is his job on the podcast.
Ending Sam in my life. Sam is sunshine.
Feline AIDS is the #1 killer of house cats. Wah, wah.
What's up next, Liam? What you got for
I have one more question, but you've got more. A lot of good ones, but I'm going to bring it down even further, okay?
Oh,
Ready?
no. Okay, sure.
All right. I would like you to offer up one criticism of Sam and one criticism of me. Be gentle and go.
Okay.
We're right here. We can hear you. So can the audience.
You are too kind.
He's talking to me, Sam Riegel, by the way, for the podcast listeners. I'm too kind.
You are too smart for your own good.
I'll take that.
You feel like it's a cop-out, don't you?
It's a bit of a cop-out.
Picking my nose now.
You chew your fingernails and you pick your nose. You were just doing it right there. You were like this, and you were picking your nose. So it's like, there you go. Done, right? That's actual criticism.
Wow.
That's actual criticism.
You got us.
Sorry.
He's quick. He's
Sorry.
quick. You can't get anything past him.
Is that Scarlett Johansson pictures on your phone? That's interesting.
It's her head photoshopped onto other
Why is
bodies.
Liam's head on Scarlett's body? This is weird.
It's a work
Why am I in the
progress. Hold on. What will be the title of your autobiography?
Oh.
And, well, that's it for right now.
It'll start with hand farts. It'll be hand farts. Why they help define you as a person.
The Roger Craig Smith
Because
story.
I know, like, everybody knows this is my go-to thing.
I really got to know Roger directing.
39 years old.
Got to know him directing on Resident Evil 5, and my favorite thing was he would deliver this like smoldering, awesome performance, and then slip into. Could you play the song?
Well, what it started was levels. Like when we start the session,
Could you
right?
give us a level, give us a little sample.
Exactly.
Of how
Like a
big
sound
we're gonna
check.
be.
But I also knew that they would come into the booth, and the engineer would have the levels down. And so they'd come in, he'd adjust the mic and do all that kind of stuff. And then I know that he has to leave the booth and walk around and go back into the control room. And then inevitably he slides up the levels so we can all start talking to each other. So in the time that he walks out, I would just start going. So that as he slides that thing open, all they start hearing in there is just this loud. And all you'd see is like Capcom, we had all these people that came straight from Japan that were sitting in there, and all these heads would just start turning and looking and like,
Is there something wrong with the microphone?
that's our hero character?
It's followed us into sessions. Like I feel like when we do Avengers sessions, right? He's proving my point.
Yeah.
Like one of our heroes will be at the mic and just deliver this serious line, and you're just waiting. They'll be like, "We have to get there and get the Tesseract."
That's how it goes. And every one of us, that's the funniest thing I think about what we all do, is like every one of us, I don't know, it feels like detention, especially in those sessions. I always feel like it's like we're sitting around, this is the group of kids that spent time either going to detention for doing stuff like this in class, or this is what we would do in detention to drive whatever individual was there nuts. And yet we've all turned it into like careers.
Yeah.
Because we all sit around and everybody's making weird sounds and stuff like that. But yeah, hand farts.
I went to a Jesuit high school,
Okay.
wore like suit and tie, all
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and I had a Father Opito taught me Latin, and I remember going to the nature store and getting this little keychain, press a button, and it made a little bird recording,
Yeah.
and I figured out I could pry open the plastic, just take the little device and put it in my mouth. I spent a week I'd press it with my tongue. And he'd be like, "Who did that? Did anybody hear that bird? There's a bird. Is there a bird in here?" Kids played right into it. Everyone.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
doing,
I don't know,
it's right
man.
over there by the window, Father.
I didn't hear anything.
I felt bad though because he was an old man, and I was.
It was a case against tenure, but there was a woman who taught French at my high school that all my buddies took her class. It was Madame Hendricks, and
Very French name.
Very French name.
Yeah.
And it was like she was like bat dung crazy.
Well
and
played.
yes, thank you. And it's for posterity, you know. And they have like my buddy Mike, who's now like a very successful attorney. I have like all these friends that went on to do like big important jobs, and I'm the guy doing this stuff. They have a really nicely framed piece of homework that like the way that the class was arranged, they shared the same piece of homework that she would come around and put a stamp on it if you had done your homework. So she'd stamp it to say you've done your homework, it's approved, and then she'd go to the next student. Well, it was like Mike sat here, my buddy Will was here, Tony was here, this kind of thing. And so what they would do is Mike would get it stamped, and he'd really quickly like draw like an airplane over the stamp, and then pass it back to Will like 3 seats back. And she'd come back, and then she'd see it, she'd stamp Will's, he'd draw like a little happy face over the stamp, pass it over to Tony. Tony would sit there and like go, here you go, madame. And she'd stamp Tony's. Tony would pass it like 3 seats over, and it was like they have this piece of homework that has like random drawings of like clowns, airplanes dropping bombs, like a wolf, and it's like it was all to cover up her previous stamps that she had just done 30 seconds earlier, and she just never even noticed that it was the same piece of homework from like 7 different guys.
Did you learn? Did you then learn that you could take turns? One of you would do homework for the day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then,
Or the way it was, and it was I wasn't in the class. I loved hearing all the stories, and then I was taking home ec, or no, it was the horticulture. Horticulture class taught by Daddy Bloom, who we all.
Daddy Bloom.
Daddy Bloom was his
Daddy
nickname.
his name?
Mr. Bloom, but he went by Daddy Bloom. He's Daddy Bloom.
That's a little creepy.
He'd wear overalls and sit in the front of the class and go, Roger, I love you. I love you, Roger. You're funny, but you're dangerous. And then he'd
What's
like sit there,
happening?
why don't you go out and water them roses for 45 minutes and I'll give you an A.
Man, this
And then it was like everybody was swearing that he was growing things in the garden that he shouldn't have been. And all this, yeah. He was an interesting dude, and it was the easiest class you could ever take, and it was just full of slackers, and it was like me trying to like cop out on a PE credit. And so I would literally I would say, hey, Daddy Bloom, I'm gonna go check in on Madame Hendricks' class. He'd be like, I love you, Raj, go have fun. Out the door I'd go, and so I would go in and sit in. I spent an entire class underneath a table in the back of the room. It was like a table like this, right? A little tablecloth in the front kind of thing. I sat back there and would just keep going. Spent the entire class, and she would just be like, do you people hear that? And it was like, all my buddies are out there going like, we don't hear anything, Madame Hendricks. And it was, they tormented that woman. They put like open cans of cat food on top of the bookshelf.
You made her
The class
crazier.
would just reek. One of my buddies glued, using like super glue, his desk to the floor. But when there came a time when they were supposed to move, and everybody was laughing because he was trying to move the desk, but he had glued it so well that when he finally pried it up, it pulled the linoleum panel off the floor, which was stuck to the bottom, and it was like, and they would sit there and just like hide around. She was oblivious. I walked in, interrupted the class one time, asked her for directions on how to get to the school. I asked her, how do we get to, it was Foothill Road and Dodge were the 2 names of the streets, and I was like, hey, how do you get to, I think it's Dodge and Foothill Boulevard, is that where that is? And she just goes, well, young man, you sure are lost, aren't you? Not like what any adult would do, like, why don't you go to your class? Like, what are you doing? You're interrupting our class. Come here, what's your name? You're getting a detention, and nothing like that, just, you're lost. And it was like, I mean, they tormented her, and it was, so yeah, that also
Would you
kind of
like to
answers.
issue an apology to her? What if she's a fan of the podcast?
No.
What if she's listening right now?
In some sad ways, I think it was, I don't know, that summed up high school for me in many ways. It was like, that was a frustration. We dealt with a lot of like instructors, and I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir in a lot of ways. I mean, there are some, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to denounce education. There are excellent teachers out there, and I had some that really, really, really influenced me and shaped me, and to this day I still think of things that they said or ways that they taught me. One of which was a math teacher, and I hated math, but she asked me one day in class in front of everybody, because I was probably tapping or hand farting or like not sitting still, and she just goes, Mr. Smith, did your parents meet at a family reunion?
That's a good guess.
And the whole class, and I went, I like you. Like, I like you. And it's so, but there was a lot of frustration from a lot of my friends where they just felt like we're not learning anything here, and they had parent-teacher conferences with Madame, and it was this whole fiasco, and inevitably I think she finally just got to the point where she couldn't even utter sentences, and they had to let her go. But it was, but it was like she overstayed her welcome, so a lot of it was kind of like this needed to have been fixed, but they just, in the meantime, were having fun just kind of like tormenting this poor woman. But I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Captain America, ladies and gentlemen.
Teenagers are
Captain
punks.
America.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm in Disney movies.
And with that, we'll take a short break.
Hey guys, if you have comments or suggestions for fun things we can do, follow our Twitter account at @ZeroTimeToPlay.
Now on with the shizzo.
Round 2.
Alright,
Good to know.
change it up. I was going to do this at the end, I'm going to do it now.
Do it.
Lightning round.
Uh-oh.
Lightning round. Lightning round.
Lightning round.
Clear your mind for a little bit of word association. Okay. I'm going to say a series of words to you. I just
Just
want you to
say
say
the
the
first
first thing
thing.
that pops into your head. Don't belabor it, okay? Don't belabor it. Just the first thing that pops in your head.
Free it up. Free it
All
up.
right. Are you
Clear
ready?
the mechanism.
Pudding.
Chocolate.
Los Angeles.
Sucks.
Batman.
Not me.
Zombie.
Guts.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's good.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Ready?
I feel like I'm bad at this.
Laura Bailey.
Beautiful.
Oh.
CrossFit.
CrossFit. Never.
Pug dog.
Awesome.
Tennessee Williams.
Who?
Koala bear.
Pointless.
You're going on record. Koalas are pointless.
Pointless.
They have no purpose.
I just watched this. Yeah, I'm gonna dovetail. So,
'Kay.
and that's not
Dovetail. You can dovetail.
No, I just watched something like in the hotel room that was talking about koalas that they sleep 20 hours a day and they spend 2 hours eating.
That sounds great.
So they wake up to eat and then go back to sleep.
And what's the
Many-
problem? That sounds
many-
great.
Are they trimming
Americans
eucalyptus
aspire to
trees
that.
and that's about it? Is that, I mean, are they Australian
Jealous.
eucalyptus gardeners of some sort? Or, but I just think like, they're like, the metabolism of this just is why they move so slow. And it's like, well, why aren't they extinct then? I mean, why do we gotta watch a gazelle get taken
Maybe-
down by like a mountain lion? We
What
could
am I
just
supposed to fire from my koala bear cannon?
Maybe they went
That would
extinct.
be
Maybe they went extinct thousands of years ago, but they're always asleep, so no one told them.
no one told them.
Yeah.
Like, what? I just got back from Laserium. Do you have any eucalyptus leaves?
Okay.
Sorry.
Two left. Two left. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Roger Craig Smith.
Dork.
And to close, poopy.
Funny.
That's a
Poopy
good
funny.
lightning
Thank you very much. Yes, yes. Good lightning round. That's fun. Poopy.
Well, the last one is complicated.
Yeah, but
Oh.
I don't know. He's a fast talker.
Yeah.
Here's another question for you.
I'll talk slower.
What is a
Your dog's hurt real bad, mister.
Don't you hurt my dog! It rubs the lotion on its skin or against the purple hose again. Rubber hose again. Rubber hose, purple hose.
purple haze?
Purple haze!
What's a skill that you lack that you wished you had?
Captivating an audience.
Wow.
I guess I just,
Thanks for coming.
not alienating people. I would say holding people's attention. No, not you too. Okay, thank you. Thank you. You wanted a better view. That's what. Oh gosh, that's a tough question. I mean, I'm in awe. Like seriously, this is not blowing smoke and all.
boy, here it
No,
goes.
I am in awe of the talent of the people that I get to work with all the time. And there are times that I feel like I'm not. I feel like I have a hard time taking myself very seriously, and so I think inherently I will goof off a lot, and it's probably a deflection of sorts. It's probably a way of deflecting or of whatever it is.
Defense mechanism,
Yeah,
insecurities,
I get-
deep
Did you
seated.
just call me short?
Yes.
And I don't have an issue with that. Why? I'll kick your butt right now. You want to arm wrestle?
I know you can't catch me if we were.
Napoleon was my I'll get lost on the way there. I didn't know what we were supposed to do.
It was a bad decision.
It was bad. It was
decision.
bad.
Great. It was
I tried
great
to cheat and I got, I paid for it. No, so I think there are times where I just look at what other people do and I just go, man, see, they get it. They know what they're doing. I'm so distracted, or I'm too busy like not being present, or I'm too busy trying to overthink this, or not be aware of this, that I just think like I'm either missing the boat, or it's like they're gonna wake up and find out I don't know what I'm doing. So I think maybe taking more time to kind of really be present in the moment is something that kind of drives me crazy, because I feel like I'm constantly this, and in order to maybe keep myself amped up or in the moment or fired,
Well,
I
just
just
to go on
kinda-
the record, I'm breaking my own rule here. I said we weren't going to talk about this kind of stuff, but just a little real talk.
Okay.
You're one of the best.
No,
You're easily one of the
we
best.
are all in a very. we're all in. It's one of those things too, where at the end of the day, like it's an unbelievable job that we all get to do. I mean, like here we are at a convention where we've been flown up to come meet fans of things that we've been lucky enough to be a part of, and it's like it's unreal. There are times where you just go, it's so silly that like I get paid to do what I do. And get to participate in things like this, because I don't look in the mirror and see a thespian or an actor. I just see this dork. It's like he's wearing this stupid hat and he's, can I pull this hat off? I don't know. It's stupid, right? I know it's stupid.
You do have a large collection of Captain America apparel, though, don't you?
Of course, yes. Mostly undergarments, but we won't go there. No, so I guess, I don't know.
Well, no, but I think you're touching on something that affects all actors. I think, deep down, we could do anything to express ourselves. We could sculpt or paint, but we do something inherently that gets constant approval from audiences for a reason.
Or disapproval.
Yeah. And we're always walking on that razor's edge. And it's something deep down inside. We need the constant validation.
Yeah.
We're very insecure people.
Yeah.
You guys are you watch us do these panels and we try to seem charming, but really we're like jelly.
Yeah,
we're shaking inside.
the secret is we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Constantly feeling like someone's gonna know that I'm lying and that I don't belong. Someone's gonna be like, yeah, it's a nice career you had there. This wasn't supposed to go to you. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
to the right person.
You didn't get the memo? Sorry.
Yeah.
We wanted to hire Roger G. Smith. And that...
What if you found out that your whole career was supposed to be his?
Oh, that'd be hilarious. And tragically, I could then write a book maybe. I
Yeah.
could try to do that.
Hand farts?
Yeah, hand farts.
Why they matter?
Why they matter.
By Roger
The downturn of my career. Hand farts.
We're rebooting Roots again. Get me Roger Craig Smith.
Like, hi.
Hi,
everybody.
Kinte.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the wrong room.
Roger, we're gonna take a little break.
Exactly. Like, why don't you just bring your things? Just bring your things with it. Yeah, I don't know. I've talked to some friends of mine that still do stand-up comedy, and one of them was like, "Hey, man, it's great that you've had this stuff happen," and I kept saying like, "Yeah, you as well," and I was, what do you think? And he's like, "I don't know, man. I just don't want to get off this train." Almost all actors have a little bit of this like, "Please like me" element to them.
Of course.
Where it's like maybe that's how it started. Like I said, like maybe that's where the deflection comes from. Maybe that's why I was acting out in school. It was like, I'm not going to be big, tough, and good-looking, and I'm not going to be the guy that's, pulling all the chicks because I'm 6'2" and can throw a football really far. So maybe if I'm the funnier guy, and then it became like, yeah, like people laugh. I like that. Even if they're laughing at me, I'm okay with that. That's fun. That's neat. I'm affecting. I'm making things happen. And that probably comes from a little bit like please like me, which is some people just kind of go, I don't care if you like me or not, and they. Go out and become lawyers and doctors. And
isn't it amazing that you can work in Hollywood and there are people whose need is about 100 times what yours is, and it's just bleeding out their ears?
Yeah.
It's going to slowly back away.
Yeah, and I think there's a weird element of all that stuff. I mean, I listen to the Adam Carolla podcast a lot because he's just an interesting guy in so many ways and has had a very interesting career. But he talks about all the time, he says actors are some of the hardest working. He goes, we all like to think that they're just like pretty faces and that kind of thing. And he said, but some of the hardest working people I've ever met were on-camera actors. And he said, because they are just scraping at every opportunity that they can to try to go out and achieve. Where it starts getting problematic is when they think that their opinion matters a little more than it should. He said, but they are really inherently like hardworking people. And I've seen that in a lot of people. It's, but I also, along with that, I think comes that constant fear of like the phone's gonna not ring tomorrow, and then it's gonna be a week, and then it's gonna be a month, and then I'm done. So I think because of that, you find yourself going like, I don't even remember what I just did, or if I was good, or if I made too many jokes, or if
I've had plenty of moments in my career where like I'll have like 8 months in a row just nonstop, and I'll be like, woo, and then the ground disappears for a month, and you're like, what the hell's that? I need some money. I'm up.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and you guys have kids.
We do have kids who rely on us financially.
So extra pressure.
Yeah, no, it's that brings it all. That makes it all very, very real and immediate.
Yeah,
I could sell my pug and my dachshund. You guys can't sell your kids.
Well, you could.
Don't place your moral judgments on me.
Okay, sorry. It's true. That could happen.
Brangelina can.
All right, shake it up. Give me some fart sounds.
Sorry, did I bring it down just there? Like. Was it like one of the? Was I becoming one of those actory people talking about there?
Tell me your thoughts on apartheid.
The thing is, I go to a very dark place where. Sorry, being a thespian and going too very dark. You have to have a sense memory experience of what it means to be a performer.
What I don't understand is how are you able to change the tone? Like, I can't do it, period. How do you change the tone? Do the Mario jump.
You won.
Listen,
It's Mario Brothers?
Mario Brothers
It's kind of
jump.
like, it's a little bit there,
A
right?
little bit, yeah.
I can't do it at all.
Anybody else? There's probably somebody who's better. Anybody got it? Let me hear it. If you can do it, do it.
Wow, no one.
I belong in Hollywood. I am a talented person. Yes, yes. All this time I thought it was just...
Wolverine, Cyclops, I'd like to introduce you to our newest member. The Fartiste.
the Fartiste.
All right, last question of the day. It's a big... We're going to paint a picture for you.
You're on your way
Harris.
to an anime.
भाई
क्या आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ आ रही है।
क्या कर रहा है?
मैं गेम डिजाइन कर रहा था अपना।
हैं?
अब मैं गेम डिजाइन कर रहा था।
अगर फ्री हो तो आ जा।
2 मिनट दे, बस होने वाला है मेरा। मतलब तू मेरी स्ट्रीम
मैं
देख सकता है यूट्यूब पे।
शुरू कर दे रहा हूँ
जब
मैं,
तक
जब तेरा हो जाए तो आ जाइयो। अपना गेम
ठीक है
स्टार्ट कर दिया मैंने। एरैम में हूँ मैं।
ठीक है।
Convention in Chile.
Chile.
You're on a plane with a lot of your fellow voice actors.
It's a big con, a lot of guests. Kind of.
Oh, no.
And
Let me
it
guess,
flies
there's
into
some-
weather.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Boom!
Boom.
You hit the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
There's a plane crash.
Yeah.
On the plane were your fellow voice actors.
Okay.
Mark Hamill,
Yep.
Jennifer Hale,
Yes.
Tara Strong,
Yes.
J.B. Blunt. I will be repeating these later.
Okay, yeah.
Liam
How
O'Brien,
about-
Sam Riegel,
Yeah.
Yuri Lowenthal,
Yeah.
Stephanie Shea,
Okay.
Patrick Seitz,
Okay.
Travis Willingham,
Holy cow.
Ali Hillis, and Charlie Adler.
Okay.
All of animation just died in a plane
Well,
crash.
No.
Okay.
Question number 1.
Yeah.
Who dies in the crash and who lives? Who's a survivor?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's messed up.
This is for
Who was
real.
the
Let's
unfortunate
go.
one who got sucked out when the tail section?
There's a possibility that Sam and I were joining the Mile High Club at the moment, so we
Can I see
might
that?
have been
Can I
near
see
the
that?
rear of the plane.
You're using the backhand like... I regret nothing. So my children, please.
So you could extract us from the equation now and say that we
Or-
went doing what we love.
Or I could
Each other.
completely cop out and just say like, I was back there and I got sucked out. So, oh, you guys are on your own.
You got
First class.
हाँ बोल बड़ी
तेरे को कैसे खेलना आती है?
बोल
तू सूझ चुका है ना इससे बहुत बार।
रवीश।
मैं कहता तेरे को कैसे खेलना आती है?
अभी क्या यार इसे। हाँ बोल 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 बोल।
डिस्कॉर्ड पे आ तू, डिस्कॉर्ड पे आ। तेरी आवाज
आ
बहुत
रहा।
खराब आ रही है इसमें।
आ रहा।
That is where this is going. But who?
आह,
कैसा इसमें डब्ल्यू वाली जाऊंगा ना एरैम में।
मुझे अभी का मैटर नहीं पता मेरे को। मैं उसका मैटर पता था पिछले वाले का।
मोस्ट पॉपुलर में तो वही दिखा रहा है।
हाँ तो फिर वही था।
लेकिन इसमें वो नहीं है ना जो खुच मार के खुच गिरता है। मतलब वो क्या बोलते हैं उसे, मैं नाम भी भूल रहा हूँ उसे। लूरेंस टेम्पेस्ट।
ओह लूरेंस टेम्पेस्ट कुछ मारे कुछ गिरता है। साले कौन सा क्या दिखा रहा है इसमें? वो है भी नहीं लूरेंस टेम्पेस्ट मेरे हिसाब से।
हाँ वही मैं कह रहा हूँ, लेकिन फिर भी लेकिन इसमें जाने को वही कह रहा है तब भी।
हैं?
लेकिन मेरे को ये बता, जो ये इसमें जो एबिलिटीज है इसकी क्या मतलब अपग्रेड होती रहती है ऊपर की तरफ, वो क्या होता है?
वो वही खाजिक की तरह के अपग्रेड होती है एबिलिटीज। तो जो भी तो तेरा मेरे उससे पहले क्या था?
खाली है तो। तो मेरे को W अपग्रेड करना है ना?
मेरे को वो क्यों नहीं दिखा रहा यार? शिट। यार मुझे जाके देखना पड़ेगा। ये रहा। That's right. Nope, 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 no. मेरी एनिमेशंस हो रही है, हो तो रही है। एनिमेशन ट्री, एनिमेशन प्लेयर सेलेक्ट किया है। एनिमेशन प्लेयर। अभी स्टार्ट नहीं कर।
भाई 17 सेकंड का कूलडाउन है हमारी इसकी एबिलिटी पे।
अभी के लिए, अभी जब जब तेरे आइटम्स बनेंगे वो सब बनेगा तो कूलडाउन का बहुत कम हो जाता है, तो तू तब स्पेल कर पाएगा। और जब ये अभी म्यूटेट होगी ना तेरी एबिलिटी तब देख। नहीं दिखा क्या? मैंने कुछ गलत किया था। दोबारा डिलीट।
I'm going to show you how to do top-down 2D movement
Animation.
animation using an anim.
Yeah.
Let me just double check. With the animation, I'm going to add an animation tree.
Okay.
So the animation tree is going to be a node state machine.
इसका ई करता क्या है?
क्या?
कैसा का ई?
रुक, तू तेज भाग सकता है, पीछा कर सकता है मतलब किसी का ई से, अब पीछे भाग भी सकता है अगर कोई तेरा पीछा कर रहा है।
और क्यू? अच्छा वो
क्यू से
जो
मल्टीपल मिसाइल्स मारता है।
हाँ, लेकिन वो टारगेट किसको करते हैं मल्टीपल मिसाइल्स?
जो भी सबसे पास में हो, और तो तेरा उस पर मार्क होना चाहिए, तो ऑटो अटैक या फिर डब्ल्यू, जिस पर मार्क होगा ना, देख उस पर मार्क आ गया, अब तू उस पर क्यों चला सकता है जब वो पास हो रेंज में।
हाँ।
और जितना तू स्टैक होता है उतनी ज्यादा मिसाइल्स चलती है, तो फुल स्टैक में क्यों चलाएगा तो बहुत सारी मिसाइल्स चलती है, जहां तक मुझे याद है।
इसका अल्ट करता क्या है कैसा का?
पर तेरा मेन डब्ल्यू है तो क्यू में तो फोकस भी बनता है। हाँ, इसका अल्ट तो जिसपे भी मार्क होता है तेरा डब्ल्यू वाला, देख उसमें मार्क है तो उसमें अल्ट चला सकता है, उसके पास जा सकता है।
मतलब मेरे को नहीं चलाना है अल्ट।
हाँ, अल्ट नहीं चलाना है कभी। अल्ट मतलब किसी का पीछा, अगर कोई तेरे तूने किसी की हेल्थ कम कर दी, लेके चल रहा है, वो भाग रहा है, तो तू जा सकता है। Oh, that's right.
Machine. I'm going to assign
Assign it.
it.
Oh no.
बहुत स्लो गेम चल रहा है सही बताऊं तो।
आइडल ये फाइनली इससे कुछ पॉइंट याद है।
The animation player in our scene. Set it. Just double check. Okay, so our animation. And that's because oh, last block. This also okay. Whether it's idle, make sure we're 0.1. You can extend these out a little bit, and you'll get
पॉइंट
लूडेंस कंपेनियन आ गया इस बार, ओके।
extend the bounds.
अब तो भाई पता नहीं इतना कम कूलडाउन कैसे हो गया, 3 सेकंड पे आ गया।
बोला तो था मैंने।
अच्छा, जब उनके चैंपियन पे लगता है तब बहुत ज्यादा कम हो जाता है।
हाँ अगर अरे हाँ वो मैं बता रहा हूँ क्या है, अगर तुम मिस कर रहा है तो ऑफ कोर्स कूलडाउन बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है। डब्ल्यू है बेटी, तू घास के अंदर से चला, जिनको उन्हें दिखा देख, तू एकदम बाहर से चला रहा है ना, घास के अंदर से चला आराम से डब्ल्यू होल्ड करके देख, लगेगा लगेगा। और ऐसे उनकी हेल्प कम करता है बस, मिनियंस के थ्रू जाता है, चिंता मत कर।
तो मिनी से तुर जाता है ये?
हाँ
नहीं,
हाँ हाँ हाँ
नहीं
हाँ,
जाता है
जाता है, मेरी गारंटी
भाई। मिनियंस को लैंड करा है ये मेरा, इसलिए कह रहा हूँ।
है।
हाँ।
बेदल दे आवड़ी, मुझे तो उसके थ्रू याद है। वाह,
देख मिनियन को लगाना भी।
हाँ तो बदल दिया होगा या मुझे याद नहीं होगा, आई डोंट ट्रस्ट मी।
हाँ, मिनियन में लगता है।
और ओके, फिर खराब है। और yeah, that's it. Let's see, play the game. Nope, it's not.
ओ भाई साहब, भाई क्या है साहब, भाई बहुत सही चैंपियन है यार।
Yeah. स्क्रिप्ट में कुछ बोल नहीं है। uh, idle blend position. Oh, it's an active. Stupid active. Uh, wait, wait, wait. Sure, let's just say it works. Oh,
अमन किल्स देख और हमने कितने तेज होते हैं वो देखो उस हिसाब से.
all right. Mm. It's working. Ooh. Yeah, that's my bad, my bad.
भाई साहब अमन मैं कैसा फेन हूँ भाई. खत्म कहानी अमन
क्या
मैं
हुआ,
कैसा
क्या
हूँ.
कर लिया तूने ऐसा? मरा हुआ है।
भाई साहब अमन क्या से घुसती है अपोनेंट में यार. क्या अलग ही चीज है इसमें.
बड़ी मस्ती कर वाले।
या भाई कैसा मेन.
तेरा गेम
हम
खत्म तो ये है।
1827 चल रहे हैं लेकिन उन्होंने हमारे इंटरनेट नहीं तोड़ा है हमारे.
आ रहा है। हाँ। ये मस्त है स्टार्टिंग भाग भाग।
अरे ये कहाँ कहाँ से डैमेज इनके पड़ते हैं मेरे को तो यही नहीं समझ आता.
हाँ हाँ तू बोल रहा है काइजर खेल में देख रास्ता गार्डन में पीछे हो जा बड़ी तेरा डब्ल्यू की रेंज बहुत है आगे जा रही है डब्ल्यू उसको ऊपर वाले हुआ ये हो गई बात एक ही बार अगर तो मारता रहेगा तो उसको ज्यादा डैमेज देता है एक भी गोटो का ब्लू फाड़ करे। ये तो थोड़ा लग गया। ओह लगा क्या बंदे
हाँ नहीं, उसने वो
फास्ट
करा
फॉरवर्ड
भाई।
पिक देता हूँ पिक देता। थोड़ा और पीछे था उसकी वजह से आपसे निकल क्यों क्यों चलाते मर गया उससे।
वो उसके पास भी डैमेज है अमन।
बड़ी बड़ी ये देख रहा हूँ मैं स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहा हूँ। अगर हो जाए और पीसी फट ना जाए। हो गया क्या देख देख रहा है तू बड़ी
हाँ
देख देख तेरा मैंने क्या बनाया है बस।
बढ़िया, बस चड्डी ऊपर कर दो थोड़ी सी।
नहीं बड़ी बस जान बची तू मोटा है ना ये तो
चल मैं गंदा हो गया।
स्ट्रीम बंद करो मेरा पीसी फट जाएगा। आह, हो गया आज के लिए इतना काफी है। कल अब मुझे मैप डिजाइन करना है उसके लिए एसेट्स बनाना है। और खेल लिया सेव करो। अम,
नागू इजी
और तेरे से ये करा
जल्दी से तू।
और स्ट्रीम बंद कर दो